Is up, everyone, and welcome to Wildcard Weekend. I am your host, Eddie King, joined here by Tug. Tug, man, what's up? How's it going?
It's been a great night. We got some excellent soccer today. We got, new NBA championship. City might be a little excited. Slice might be a little excited to see how he does. I hear he has been drinking a little bit too.
Yeah, Slice himself might be having a little too much fun tonight, so we'll see how the night ends for him. Really hoping the best for him here. Again, the Knicks, big championship there for New York. So that city's already been going crazy through the rest of the the playoffs. So we'll see how they go tonight.
Yeah, we got a good game here. A top rushing offense versus one of the better rushing defenses with Raiders defense here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a battle of forces there. Let's see which one comes out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. We get Raiders starts off immediately running the ball, goes right through the middle, gains himself a nice 10 yards there. And again, like you mentioned, I think this is a really fun matchup. I think one thing that's also slept on with Raider a little bit is that deep ball. I mean, I don't know if you've played him often, but I've played him often enough to know that Thornton out there, he's a problem and he can catch anything. So,
He's my division rival, one of my friends that play him all the time.
yeah.
He loves to take that deep shot. I always try to bait him. I always bait it right, but then Thornton will still just catch it right
Yep.
over one, two, three defenders.
Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate. I've had my fair share of matchups versus him, and Thornton is he's tall, he's fast, and he doesn't really drop the ball often either when he's doing those contested catches. So it's a tough one here. So as he comes out and under center again, a little bit of a heavier formation, looks to run the ball. He gets some crazy speed boost and he gets a first down. Honestly, I think that the dive tackle warranted that crazy speed boost.
Yeah, just running in the back of his own guy. He couldn't go anywhere. All of a sudden, he's launched forward 7 yards, gets a great first down. Can't ask for much more.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, stays in a similar formation, tight end of the boundary, under center, heavy set, hands it off, looking to get a little bit going here with the run. I like the format here. I think if you're gonna beat Slice, I think you got to get the ground game running, and I like what he's doing so far. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just one of Raiders' staples. He's an okay passer. He's never been an elite passer.
Mhm.
But when he gets that ground game going, he will feed off of it. He gets the play action. He loves the play action boots from time to time. Get Bauer's involved in
Yep.
those. But yeah,
Yeah,
here
and
we
you
go
see
with the
here
play action boot.
a little PA boot. I will tell you this, and I could have told him this before the game. Don't PA boot against Slice, because you will get nowhere. I think he puts his guys to contain almost every single time. So PA boot is a terrible decision versus him.
Yeah, and he clearly got him there. Big
Yeah,
sack there. Third and 16 now. Uh, Raider Ray fan, he's not very good at picking these up. I expect maybe a run and something safe. Just get the field goal and take 3 points here.
agreed. And he hands it off on the inside, just a little inside zone, puts himself in position to get potentially a field goal here, and put himself up three. So we'll see how this goes. 58 yarder,
Yes.
not the easiest.
Well, well within his kicker's range. Just if he can get that accuracy, that's the only question.
Looking here, lines it up, kicks it, and it is good. Take that as a win after such a huge sack. You lose a ton of yards. Going up three here, not the end of the world. Now, if you're Slice, Tug, what are you trying to do here? Are you trying to kind of work on your staples? Are you trying to take a shot, or kind of what do you think he's looking to do here?
Opening drive, I would just kind of play it how you done all season. I like I said, Slice has been one of the best running teams in the league this year. The problem is Raider fan, he gets that pressure up the middle. So if you're
Yeah,
trying to run up the middle on him, he's there a lot of the time.
he's one of the best D lines, and he's consistently always getting sacks, TFLs. So it's tough to run against Raider, as we see here. Comes out in that bunch formation to the field, a staple here for him. Hands the ball off on the inside, looks to cut it back outside, and immediately gets tackled again. That inside, just nowhere to go.
Yep, inside stuff. The backside defender catches you when you cut outside. Raider fan does that so well, time and time again.
Absolutely here. So now we see Slice, gun formation, tight end of the boundary. We get a quick timeout. Um, Maybe expect him to come out in a similar formation again here. One of the biggest things that Raider needs to look out for are the seams. Two big things. He's going to try to put you in a predicament. He's going to have that guy in the slot run some kind of vertical and that tight end down run some kind of shallow, and your user's going to have to pick one of the two.
Yeah,
He does a really good job with it, so see what he does.
I played Slice earlier this year. Every time I got him to second and long, it was always a seam and
This right
blocking the
here.
tight end. And I
Yep.
always picked the tight end, and I always picked wrong.
Yep. So we'll see here. Again, tight end shallow right away and the seam, just like we said, and he actually gets a nice little pass break up there. 3rd and 13. Big stop there.
I'll say this for Matt. This might be the one of the few times where the set feet lead or pass lead elite actually plays into effect. On these
Yes.
quick seams, it actually gets there quicker. It's
It,
one of the
it's
few
so much
throws
faster.
where it's, yeah, one of the few throws where it's actually noticeable, affecting
Yeah.
the game.
Yep. And we see here 3 down linemen. He's looking to play cover 4 behind it here. As Slice makes some audibles, tight formation, sends a guy vertical. The user's all over it. He gets a corner route, and he gets a pass breakup. Huge stop there for Raider. 4th and 13. This will be a punt coming up here for Slice.
And Raiders cover four defense. Everything was covered
Yep.
there. The user covered the underneath, and topside safety was able to get there for the pass breakup. Great three and out there for Raider.
Yeah. I say this is I think it's a tough matchup here for Slice, and there we get that dive tackle where he breathed on his shoelaces and he falls backwards. But moving on from that, tough matchup here for Slice. Cover 4 defense player and Raider. Slice loves the seams. Cover 4 defense, it's tough really to hit those seams and hit some of those shots. So we'll see how Slice can adapt here. But again, Raider coming in under center, looks to get a handoff, split zone, keeps it to the right here, gets himself 2 yards.
And one thing we didn't touch on the opening drive there, Raider fan is actually down his best running back. Genty is out for I think the remainder of the playoffs.
Yep.
He's got a couple of his backups here. A little bit quicker, shiftier, but not that pure runner that Genty is.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see here, drops down from under center, looking to throw the ball, throws it into the flat to his running back, who we were just talking about, gets taken down, 3rd and 6.
And only 4 yards on the first two downs. So far, Slice
Yeah.
has done well. See if he can hold him here on the third and medium.
Yeah, and I think those of us that have played Raider know that he's going to try to take the easy shots. It's a 1-2 read most of the time, and he's got Thornton on a vertical here. So let's see if he tries to take a shot or if he takes that play. He gets kind of like a flood concept going on the backside. He finds a running back and gets taken down and complete.
I'm a little surprised on that one. He does like to look to Bowers a lot on
Yeah,
that little motion play, and I actually think Bowers beat his man defender, and he might have had him over the top.
he did. I think he just saw the lights light up with his running back and trigger, and he's like, "Oh, I want to give him a shot." Um, maybe just siloed in on him and didn't give himself
Yeah,
the opportunity here. So again, for Slice here, this is an opportunity. First drive didn't go that well. Couldn't really get the ball moving. Didn't get a first down. But now you're in decent position. Obviously, you're backed up a little bit here, but now you have a chance to maybe get some points here.
yeah, and Slice's defense, first drive holding the field goal, that drive three and out, only give it 4 yards. He's come out well on defense.
And here goes that
He's
man,
awesome.
Achan. He can take an inside zone 70 yards if you give him a chance to. So that's something you got to watch out for. That O line does a really good job of blocking those.
And this deep in the year, that guy's still having that speed, just
Yeah.
crazy. Hard to catch him when he gets past you.
Absolutely. Again, under center here, play action boot, going back to the other side, has his tight end wide open, and he gets to first down. And now this is where I think he starts to get into his rhythm of his offense.
And that's somewhere that you can catch Raider fan on some of those boots, some of the play actions,
Hmm.
because he will sell out for the run. As you saw with his linebacker, he just took the running back away from the play completely.
Absolutely. We have a double tight end formation here. Looks to be a stretch out to the left side. He's got one man to beat. Jukes back inside, and he gets tackled by the inside linebacker. And maybe if he takes a juke that doesn't push him as far inside, he might have had an opportunity, but
I don't think
first
the
down.
juke was fully necessary. It looked
Yeah.
like he was around. He probably could just wiggle the stick because this
Hmm.
game loves lets you do that,
Yep.
and he would
Or
have been
you
home
just
free.
hit that juke move without the speed boost where it's just that
Yep.
one cut and oftentimes you get good movement out of that as well. So see here, shotgun, Achan looks exhausted, trips formation to the left of tight end to the field, look for maybe a drag here or an inside zone, and he hands it off for 4 yards.
And Achan was a little tired there, so
Yeah.
he couldn't quite get around the side, couldn't get up the middle before the defenders there. He's gasping for air already here. This could
Yeah.
be a big thing if he keeps doing it this game.
Agreed. It's kind of scary running the ball with a guy who's tired already. I don't know how often you've done it before, but I mean, that's just a recipe for disaster, especially some of those guys that might fumble the ball. Once they get tired, it gets a little sloppy with some of those running backs.
Absolutely. That's why this year I went to more of a multi-back to try and
Yep.
save him for the playoffs.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this, that running back he has in right there gets a nice little play action play here and gets tackled. But that running back he has in there now that's the backup for him, Manning, he's no slouch. Phenomenal running back as well for him.
Really, all you need this year is the change of direction. So if that's about
Yep.
90 plus, they're gonna look nice out there.
Absolutely. You get cod, a little bit of a speed luck as well. You can get anything over like a 91, anything over a 90 and change of direction, and most running backs will play fairly similar at that point in time. So, end of the first quarter here, Raider fan up 3-0, but Slice is driving.
And this drive has been very, very good for Slice so far. A few big runs, couple of big pass plays. Started deep in his territory. Now he's here in the red zone.
Yep. Looks like we get a shift of the formation here. Puts that bunch to the boundary. Could be a toss play potentially. And he loves his play here, and it looks like a toss. He goes to throw it out there, and he gets taken down for a loss. That's a questionable call there. Not a fan of toss myself.
Sometimes they work. Sometimes you're gonna lose 10 yards.
Yep.
But that edge there, Oliver for Raider fans team, he is an animal. He always finds his way in the backfield.
Yeah.
Not a good choice to toss to his side, especially.
Honestly, doing any kind of outside zone or stretch plays versus really good D lines is hard because they'll get those sheds and they get out there fast. As we see a screen play to the outside, looks to cut it back inside, and he gets himself a nice 11 yards here, puts himself in a position for a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, well-timed screen there. I thought Raider fan read it. His user initially
Mm-hmm.
went over there, but then turned around, so I'm not sure what he saw. But because
Yeah.
his user turned around, got a lot of extra yards that I didn't think he was gonna have.
Yeah, absolutely. We get a shotgun formation here. Trio set to the left. RPO throws it out to the tight end. Tight end tries to cut it back inside, and he gets a first down.
Yep,
Th-
and here, short yard situations, red zones, always got to beware for these RPOs.
yeah,
They're not really
especially
reads.
Slice.
They're
Yep,
not really reads. They're just instant throws because they're always going to be open if the user is not there.
correct. And a guy like this, again, you were probably going to get that motion play, that tail back out into the flat,
Yeah,
and you get spacing. And
got
he's
to get the
looking.
user to the right side.
Wow, and he actually gets away with that one there. He actually defended it pretty well, but he had a guy coming back across the middle, so really good job there by Raider to try to stop him.
I'm not sure why Slice instantly started running to the right side as soon as he hiked it. I'm not
It
sure why he was doing that.
formation does that. So when you
It does.
run that,
Okay.
yeah, when you run that play, the guy automatically does a rollout. So sometimes throwing anything but the flat, you get really bad throwing animations.
I was gonna say because he
But
kind of
yeah,
threw off his back foot. Maybe that's why I kept him out of the end zone.
yeah, we get a heavy formation here. Quarterback under center, could be something on the inside. Gets a pitch in the back, and he gets a touchdown. Nice little speed boost there for Achan to kind of close that gap down as fast as possible and get in the end zone.
Very, very beneficial boost there. I thought the corner was going to be able to stop him short or wait till another defender comes in, but just sped right through him into the end zone.
Yep, and I ran that play myself. I think yesterday or the day before that for my Week 18 game with that pitch. If you don't get that speed boost, any type of pitch motion to the outside slows the running back down a ton, especially that play. So it worked out for him really well.
And overall, fantastic drive for Slice. Started deep in his territory, gets that touchdown, takes a nice 7-3 lead here, and his defense has been playing well. Let's see if Raider fan can get his offense going.
Agreed, 86-yard drive there. Not something easy to do versus Raider, but he gets an opportunity here. Raider comes out in a tight formation, tight end of the boundary, looks to hand it off on the inside zone, and he gains 3 yards.
Slice with a nice dive tackle, gets
Yep.
gets him from keeps him from the extra yardage there.
Yeah, I mean these two guys. A Raider's one of those guys too that loves to dive tackle. So, I mean, it just looks like Superman all night here. But he gets that again formation here, runs bench, gets it down to the running back, and he gets a first down. Thought he might have been inches there, but they gave it to him.
My division has become notorious for the dive tackles. QP accelerates at them. He's really taught all of us how to do it, so we all just followed his lead there.
Yeah. So Q's the reason to blame. Okay.
QP is 100%
Yeah.
the reason.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of him, but if you can't beat him, join him. You know.
That was where I kind of fell in there too. There's
Yeah.
safest tackle.
Finds a guy underneath on that little drag route, gains 4 yards. Don't hate the verticals call here. You got to try to stretch, slice out as much as you can here, and an opportunity to try to shoot something downfield. Uh,
And I thought that was a
yeah,
great time to take a shot to Thornton there out of the
yeah,
slot. The user stuck with him for about 5 yards and peeled off. Raider fan just took his eyes off him too soon there.
agreed. And it's similar thing there on the left-hand side, but he finds a guy short, 3rd and 4. One thing about Slice is he does love to run cover two, and he puts his guys in the flat, so you have those windows on the outside. It's a tight window, but it's still a window where he'd have an opportunity. So looks to be man coverage here, probably a cover two man with the shell over the top. He shaded some of his guys inside, so he might have an opportunity here to get a first down. He's looking, scanning. Jordan Love finds nothing. He runs up the middle. Dive tackle misses. He's continuing to run, and he drops down at the 25-yard line. Great job there to get something.
And Slice very worried about Thornton there. Sent his safety all the way back to the end zone. Did not want
Yeah,
to let him get a free chance there, but took away the extra coverage underneath.
absolutely. I mean, honestly, smart play, but it's unfortunate because now Love was able to get some run there. So maybe he tries to get a little bit of a run going here. Under center, hands it off, stretch. And that D end right there, Stewart, is an animal. Played him often enough to know that just don't run towards his direction. Don't do anything where he is because he's just a game wrecker.
And without Genty right now, Raider fan, he's had a couple of good runs, but most of his runs have been not really going far. Like 1 to 2 yards is really all he's been getting most of this game.
Agreed. And really good screen call here. I actually love the timing of this for him. And he gets a nice little break here down to the 5-yard line. I think it's a really good play call for him.
Raider fan, he likes to call a couple screens a game. He really just kind of sprinkles them in there.
Yep.
Sometimes in the red zone, sometimes middle of the field. Seems always when you're least expecting it.
Yeah.
He does good with those.
Those red zone ones are the ones that always get me because I think to myself, I'd never run a screen in the red zone. And then somebody runs it against me, and I'm like, oh, I should do it more often because it does work.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes they run backwards for 10 yards and you're stuck.
Yep, we get a jet here and just an instant dive tackle at his knees here, so he loses a couple yards. I didn't love that audible for him, especially with the corner. That nickel was just hanging there for him already before he audibled it. So,
I'm not sure what he saw there. Thought that'd be a good play, but it did not work out.
yep, we get power here as he goes to cut back inside. That DN makes a really good play, gains 3 yards, 4-yard line again, 3rd and goal.
That was a fantastic shot by that D end. I thought he had a
Yep.
huge hole that looked like a touchdown and
Yeah,
comes just around the left tackle there and takes him down.
yeah, those are the toughest ones, really. You think you got it, you go to cut it back up inside, and just that D end and that D line goes ahead and makes a play. So he's looking here, bunch formation to the boundary. Bishop over there to the right hand side solo. We'll look to see what he does as he runs the clock down and he runs a halfback draw. It's a really good play call, and he gets down to the 1 yard line. What are you doing here?
Raider fan, usually he's going to take the points, so I wouldn't be surprised if he kicks a field goal. But Slice does get the ball at halftime. 30 seconds, plenty of time for him to score. He
Yeah,
might need a touchdown here.
I agree. And as he's cycling through his plays, trying to figure out what he likes, he might go play action here. I saw something there. I don't know if I love it. Again, those DNs do a really good job of getting vertical and preventing that play action. So, and it looks like he will. He's going to Stewart's side, so we'll see if he can kind of get around him.
I really think this is where he's missing Genty. These goal line plays here.
And he gets the play action. He has a window, takes Jordan Love, scores a touchdown. Great play there. Opportunity to go up 3 with 30 seconds left in half.
Fantastic job there by Raider fan. Everything was covered super well there by Slice. All the receivers. There was no other option but to run that one in with
Yep.
Jordan Love.
And those are the worst, you're on defense, you get the play action, you stop everything, and you're like, oh, he has nowhere to throw, and then they just get a gigantic lane to run. It's so unfortunate, and it feels like such a deflator when that happens. But really good for Raiders fan there as he kicks it off to Slice, and he gets tackled at the 22-yard line.
And now you're 27 seconds, 2 timeouts. You're thinking almost guaranteed he's going to get 3 points before half. Slice might be looking for more and wants a touchdown, though.
Yeah, it's this year, especially with field goals, you're able to kick a 60-yarder like it's nothing, unless you're me, because I'm terrible at kicking field goals. Um, or really, eat chunks quickly. You can run chew clock. It only takes a few seconds here, so we'll see what he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he hands this ball off to Achan and just lets him run. And he does just that. You give him three down linemen, he's going to run that.
And about 15, 20 yards, he's already in field goal range. So
Yep,
great call there. Can't really complain with the results.
agreed. Quick out route stops the clock 13 seconds after two timeouts. Questionable decision to not take the timeout right away, but he does get the ball out there quick enough to at least minimize the amount of time he lost. Slice not really known for his clock management either, so
Yeah,
we'll see how he
I was
handles
gonna
this.
say, taking that timeout, you could add one more shot,
Yep.
at another play here. Right now, you got maybe two plays left either way.
And there he goes, that seam. Like you just said, pass lead elite or whatever he has, gunslinger. That's where you really notice the difference with that ability. And he gets that ball in there just almost immediately, already in field goal range.
Yeah, even with the cover four defense, where they should be covering that seam
Yeah.
pretty well, it just lets it get in there before the defenders can get in position.
Yeah, absolutely. And that cover four, really, those safeties should be flat footed, just waiting for anything to come, and he finds a
Yep.
window. Don't love the prevent look here. I understand he's looking for something, but he's just giving Slice free yards here and gets himself into field goal range with the timeout left. 2 seconds. Don't love
I'm
that.
okay with I'm okay with it because he was already in field goal range either way. This just safety prevents the touchdown, give him 3 points, and get the halftime with the tie game.
Yeah, I guess he is home, so the meter's not going to be moving as crazy, but still not always a guarantee there. So, again, going into the half 10-10, I think both sides have some areas where they can improve, but really a solid game on both sides. What do you think?
Overall, the defenses have been very good for both sides, really. A couple of big stops, holding field goals, only one touchdown drive for each team. I think the defense has been really strong the first half.
Agreed. Hits a nice little spin move to the outside, and really quick, while we have some opportunity, we're going to go ahead and go over to the Kings stats really quick and just take a look at both of these teams through the year, up through halftime as well. Again, we've mentioned this earlier. Simpson and Love, very similar quarterbacks statistically. Simpson has thrown a lot of touchdowns this year. As we've looked at it, he's done a really good job at converting. Only has thrown 13 interceptions on the season, so can't hate it. But the biggest difference you'll see is the running backs. Achan, 1,900 yards on the year compared to Genty. Obviously, he was hurt, only 800 here, but he's had a couple other guys being able to run the ball. So we'll see kind of where that comes up. And really, when you look at the top targets for both sides, you have the tight ends on both ends who both have about 800 yards. And really, the difference that you're going to see is Thornton here with 1,300 yards and 14 touchdowns compared to Hyatt's 930 and 6. So really, you stop the tight end and the running back for the Dolphins, and you give yourself an opportunity.
And for Raider fan on the other side, beyond Bowers and Thornton, he doesn't really have a great number three option he relies on.
Yep,
So if you stop either one of those, he's very limited. Genty's yards are much lower. The injury affected that, but
yep,
Raider fan is also using usually three running backs every season, so it kind
correct.
of spreads the ball there.
Yeah, it does a really good job of spreading the love, and he uses a few different guys. So again, really a couple guys that both of these guys just need to lock in on a little bit, and I think they've done a pretty good job so far of being able to lock in as he hits the seam. You think Raider fan at some point you have to start using that or at least trying to take it away.
It,
He's hit three or four.
it's almost every pass, whether cover four, cover three, it's just man, he's always hitting that pass and
Yep.
getting big chunk plays each time.
Absolutely. Tight window there. So we'll see what he does. Waddle, one of the top pass catchers there, continues, gets a nice little seam. So we'll go ahead and take it back to the big screen. We get trips formation of the boundary with the tight end. Light box here for Raider as Achan takes off to the left hand side and he gains 8 yards.
Raider fans user looked like he was coming free, but got blocked at the last second. HN just took it to the open hole on the left side and got got a good game there on first down.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tough when you have a user to the backside of a run. If you don't use them often, oftentimes that guard or that tackle, they're going to come off that double team and just immediately close you out on the backside. So again, it's a tough one there. Simpson looks, drops back, looking, has no one, and he finds a man in a comeback route on the right side, and he gets a first down.
And Raider fans' pass rush just not there at
Yeah.
that play. Usually his pass rush is very good, but he had all day to throw that one.
Agreed. I think he's just so worried about the run right now and the opportunity. As you see, he just pulls his user all the way to the left side and leaves that right side just very light. I think if throw it to Achan again, runs that pitch. Don't love it, but he does get 3 yards. That little spin move got him a few extra yards.
Somehow one of the smallest backs in the league can just spin and carry four guys with him. But I'm not sure why Slice didn't change up that run, especially seeing the user pull all the way out to the outside there, expecting a toss or a stretch play.
Yeah, I probably, to be honest, I would have switched to an inside zone and just ran it back to that right side and just
Yep.
tried to take something. But we'll see here. Pistol formation, runs play action, rolls back to the other side, finds a guy into the flat, incomplete pass. Good outcome there.
And just a nice knockup by that corner there. Thought the inside guy was actually more open, but I don't know if he saw him and just
Yeah,
probably just wanted to get the ball off quickly.
probably just wanted to get the ball out. Comes out on an empty formation. We've got tight end to the field. Look for a quick seam or the tight end underneath getting there. Oh, he takes the tight end vertical. Found him, man. An incomplete pass. A huge breakup there from the safety.
Ufunga coming up big there. He's loved him for years. He said this year has been really bad for him, but Ufunga with a
Yeah.
great play to knock out the touchdown.
I mean, that's just it saved him 7 points right there because I think he would have gotten the touchdown right there. So really good. Both teams have a touchdown and a field goal right there. Slice gets his second field goal as he gets a terrible kick out of bounds here.
Oh,
Ball's at the 40-yard line. Giving Raider just a little bit more a better field advantage there.
not ideal there. Raider fans' offense has looked pretty limited so far. You put
Yep.
him 10 yards from field goal range. That's not a good start to your defensive drive here.
Agree as we look here, looks to have a doubles formation, hands it off to the running back on the inside and really gets nowhere. Really tough to get some yards here.
Yeah, it's just the ground game's just been abysmal so far for Raider fans. It's really affecting his offense big time.
Yeah,
Slice has
I,
done very well there.
I think the place where you're going to have the most success with Slice running the ball is really outside the tackles as best you can. If you can put his user in a predicament where he's trying to dive 5 yards to try to catch you, you're in a good spot, and that's usually where you do it. His D tackles just do a really good job of filling in on the inside. So we get bunch here to the field. We get a motion as we look through. Tight end to the boundary. He's looking, scanning, finds his running back underneath, and he cuts up field for a gain of 7 yards. Third and short coming up.
If he gets one more yard, he can go for a fourth down too if he chooses.
Yep,
I think it'd be need to be other side of 50 for a field goal attempt. I don't think he's quite in range yet.
agreed. He's looking, scanning, has the comeback route. Corners plastered all over him, but he still. Oh, he didn't get in. I
Oh,
thought he caught that.
no, you don't want to. I think he's got to challenge that.
I would challenge that one.
I thought it was easily inbounds there. That's an awful call for him. Oh, here he goes. I think he's challenging.
Yep, we'll see. It does say there's nothing to challenge on his screen.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
we
I guess the
will.
game doesn't want him to get the play
Y-
that.
yep, I
Hmm.
don't really know. And I don't know if this is a legal opportunity for him to go for a fourth down here, but we will see.
No, I think he
Question.
needs to be 1 yard here,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
He finds him in and he gets the first down. Pretty sure that's an illegal fourth down conversion there for him.
I believe it was, but maybe probably let him slide because the game kind of messed him up there with not being able to challenge
Yep.
for some reason.
Yeah, agreed. We'll kind of see how the rest of the drive goes here. Under center, looking to hand the ball off maybe, or maybe looking to throw. He puts Thornton on a streak, so we'll see if he actually gets an opportunity to throw that ball. He's looking, scanning, and he finds his man. Does he have a window? Almost gets it to him. I don't hate that. Give your guy a chance. Just let him run and throw it over top of him and give him a chance.
Absolutely. Both the defenders kind of spread away from him. He had a pretty nice look there. Was only going to be one-on-one coverage at best, and defender just knocked it away. Good play for Slice.
Absolutely. As we look here, potential RPO bubble on the backside. He has the window for the bubble, but his wide receiver just can't get a block, and that corner destroys it.
Yeah, that was a great job out of the corner. I don't know what the wide receiver is doing there. Usually they're on
Ah,
top of the block before the pass is even off. Couldn't even touch him though.
yeah, that's a tough one there as he's looking right now, looking at bunch spread formation. He's got that bunch to the boundary, and he looks like he's just going to hand it off on the inside. Again, don't know if I love this. Doesn't really get anything there. Gets an injury, and it looks like he's settling for a 60-yard field goal, potentially.
He was already in field goal range. He's not great with third and long spots. So I think he just wanted to try and get a closer
Yeah.
field goal attempt if he could. Almost got a weird speed burst too around
He
right on the
did. He
goal
ran into
somehow.
his own man. It's one thing that I've noticed. Like if you run into your offensive lineman, it's like it charges up the speed, and then as soon
Yeah,
as you go, it's like slingshots you out.
yep. It's like it calculates all the running you're trying to do in play, and
Yeah.
then just you shoot out from there.
All right, perfect. And it looks like Prime is actually reaching out to Raider fan to see if he can punt this ball instead of the field goal. Because remember, that fourth down conversion that he did have previously was an illegal fourth down.
Yep, he was needed to be 1 yard away. He was 2 yards
Yep.
and just a little bit outside where he needed to be.
Agreed. So looks here, comes out, has punt formation pulled up, and he's going to go ahead and punt this ball. Big stop
Yep,
there
there's
for Slice.
there's some active commissioning right there. Mid playoff
Yes.
game, made it through to him. Good
Absolutely. I
job,
think
Prime.
yeah, I think if you're Slice here though, that's a really good. Um, you stop him here. He gets a fourth down conversion on you, but you stay locked in. You get an opportunity here now. This is where Slice has a chance to capitalize on some of Raiders' mistakes on offense and really try to put him in a tough spot.
Yeah, if he can get really 3 points, feels like at this point might put Raider fan away. His offense has done really nothing at
Yeah,
all outside of one drive, so even 3 points is going to be tough for Raider fan to overcome right now.
agreed. As Achan finds a little lane and he gets 5 yards, I'll tell you what, one of the toughest things that you can do on Slice is try to throw the ball. Oftentimes, I mean, he'll play man and he'll shade his corners. He's got two of the best corners for press that I think I've seen in the SML. It's really hard to get any type of vertical release off on those guys. You'll do it every once in a while, but it's just tough. Um, so we'll see, and maybe that's why we haven't seen that vertical threat from Raider with a couple of those guys that he likes to throw
I had a different experience for a slice. We just had a shootout where neither of us could stop
to.
each other most of the game.
Yeah, look, that might be hit or miss with those corners then. Oh, and he throws a risky ball there on the
Ooh,
crossers. Almost gives it back to Raider.
very dangerous. He threw that mesh spot very quick where
No,
everybody was just on top of each other. He got extremely lucky. It was just incomplete.
absolutely. That's that pass lead elite there. You think the windows you see are there, so you just try to take a shot there. Again, a little bit of a risky throw there. We'll see. Is that to come out in a bunch tight end formation here on offense? I'd watch for any play action here. He loves to do play action, third and short, second and short distances here. As well, pistol set, or he might look for quick out route for one of his guys out there. Throws it into coverage. Raider gets the interception just like he needed to, and he's got some room to gain some yardage here. Just what he needed to get himself in the game.
And that was the worst thing for Slice that he could
Yep.
possibly have done. His defense played so well. I think Raider fan took away the drag that he was primarily
Yep.
looking at and just nothing left and just chucked it up.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, he actually did have two guys open there. He had like a corner route, and then that initial guy that he had on that slot fade or whatever he was running did come open, but I think it was just a 1-2 read, and then he's like, all right, I'm throwing it vertical here, and Raider capitalized on it.
And I think it might have been Auer for Raider fan. He almost did get there, so I think he just kind of felt the pressure and
Yep,
didn't want to take a chance, just chucked it down there.
agreed.
But now Raider fan already in field goal range right after that pick.
Yeah, I would say it works out almost like a punt, but unfortunately he got a lot of yardage back on that one. So again, Raider looking to hand the ball off inside in a pistol formation, and he just goes absolutely nowhere.
And this Slice's defense tonight has just been incredible. Raider fan really cannot find any holes running or passing at this point.
Yeah, and it's really the inside has been tough to run. He's found some luck on the outside, and he gets a guy in the shallow here, and he gets a first down. It feels like his first down on a 1st and 10 in a little bit. So good for him there converting. We'll see what he does here.
I'm a little surprised. Slices, I think, he's been doing a good job taking away Thornton, but Raider fan has not really gone to Bowers very
Yeah,
much, which unusual for his offense.
agreed. I mean, that's a guy that can take contested catches, is a mismatch as he's looking, doesn't find anyone. He fumbles the ball, and he's lucky to recover it.
Gets a break there. Offensive lineman rolls on top of it, keeps
Yep.
the possession.
2nd and 13. We'll see what he does. A couple times he's come out in 2nd and 13 and he's run the ball, which is looking what he might do. I would probably keep that original play that he had. I actually like that stretch to the outside that he had previously, but we'll see what he does and throws it to the running back in the flat. Didn't love the audible there. I actually did really like that matchup he had on the outside. He could have had some room to get out there.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I agree. I didn't see many defenders on that side. I thought if he could have got the edge protection from his blockers, he could have had a nice 5 to 10 yard gain there.
Yeah. And maybe an opportunity to make him miss there as well. So we'll see. Comes out an empty set, trips to the left. Thornton there in the slot on the right hand side. He's looking, scanning, doesn't have anyone, and probably better that he got sacked because that might have been an interception if he threw that ball.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody open there at all. I think he was probably just going to try to chuck it to Thornton at some point, but nobody was open.
Yep, agreed. But good. Opportunity here to tie the ball game up. 13-13. If you're a Raider fan, I mean, you're still in this game, but it doesn't feel like you should be.
Slicer just let him hang around, it
Yeah.
feels like. Raider fan has done nothing on offense. His defense has been good, but
Yeah.
his offense just forgot that they're playing today.
Yeah. I agree. Not really doing a whole ton, but again, 13-13 as Slice gets the ball here on the return, takes it back to the 27-yard line. And I think if you're Slice here, what do you think you should do here?
I think Slice isn't great at clock management. You've already said this earlier. Just play your offense, take a shot, try to get a quick score, and 7 point lead. I think you're going to win with that.
Yeah, I agree. It puts you in a spot where you have to force Raider to score here. So I think again, stick to your offense like you mentioned. He comes out in gun formation. He looks. He finds his corner route nearly broken up. It was broken up, but could have had a chance for a pick there for Raider.
I think Raiders fan, his guy is the one who touched it. Actually, he just
Yeah,
kind of bobbled the ball. I don't think Slice's receiver even got a hand on it.
it's a tough throw. I mean, when you get that kind of coverage, I tell you what, Raiders safeties and corners do a really good job of sticking with those corner routes.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single corner route actually be open for Slice today. The only time
Yep.
it's been open are his slot seams that he's been throwing.
Yep. And we get here, trips formation, puts it out there to the running back, gets a spin move, breaks a tackle, and he gains about 6 yards there, 3rd and 4.
And Raider fan had that bottled up everywhere. No idea how he possibly gained yards there. It looked like
Yeah.
a loss for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, that dive tackle with the big boy might have actually been a bad thing. I think if he would have just legged it out and took a better angle, he might have had an opportunity to at least try to cut him off and prevent him from cutting it back inside with the spin move.
Maybe it's hard to say because if you just keep running the sideline like he was, you're
Yeah.
eventually going to get that opening up the end there.
Finds a quick out route, complete there, first down.
And that's the other route where those that pass lead elite comes
Yeah.
in. The seams and the quick out routes. That's where it's very deadly this year.
Yeah. I agree. If I miss anything about Josh Allen, is really gunslinger specifically with that throw power. There's a lot of tighter windows that you can make throws, and those two were those that you could really make those plays. So
Yeah, and
We'll
that's the
see.
one thing I missed about Bo Nix. If I need 3 yards, that out route was there 100% of the time.
Yeah. Again, hits the tight end seam, kind of runs that vertical there. Again, he's going to try to put that user in a predicament, and he does right there.
And yeah, just that's really the biggest opening that he's had all game. That seam, tight end, slot, whatever it is. Rayford has not been able to stop that one pass.
We get trips to the boundary, tight end formation to the field with the running back. A few things that he can do here. Goes to the inside zone, cuts it back inside, and that D tackle does a really good job of clinging on to Achan and stopping him for a 3 yard gain.
Yep, and Raider fans D tackles, very good, excellent block shutters, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't usually let that go far when they cut back.
Yeah, he's tough to run against, and those guys are doing a really good job on the inside and preventing any kind of big plays here. So 2nd and 7 comes out, tight end to the boundary or to the field here, Hyatt to the boundary. He's got his tail back in, gets a short motion inside from the tight end. He's looking, scanning, finds a man underneath, breaks a tackle, actually loses a yard there, and he's 3rd and 7. Would have been maybe 3rd and 6 or 5, but that broken tackle.
Yeah, just a good job by Raider fan defending. Everything seemed pretty covered there. That was
Yep.
really the only safety valve he had, and couldn't break the tackle. Good tackling by Raider fans team.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job, like you just mentioned. I think he's taking away his 1-2 read. Generally, those 1-2 reads are tight end to Hyatt or anything along those lines. So if you take those guys away early, usually dumps it off to that tailback, and then he does a good job just rallying to the ball. Bend but don't break defense. Achan looks a little tired here. Gets a tight formation here. Look for any kind of quick outs in the game right here, right now. Snaps that ball, gives it off to a tired Achan, but it doesn't matter. He finds a seam and he gets himself some yards. First down.
That's a big first down there. Like, Raider fans only got 3 timeouts, so any more first downs, he can pretty much end the game with a field goal.
Yeah, I don't love the light box there. Again, guys are really spaced out. And Slice isn't afraid to run the ball at any point in time in the game or any down and distance. Um,
I like the look for realistic game, but with the way Madden plays, that inside zone's
correct.
a threat from any distance.
Correct.
So it's going to be
Exactly.
tough to stop.
We see here 4 down linemen on defense. Offensively, we got tight end to the field. Looks like a little bit of a heavier set. Hands it off to Achan on the outside, cuts it back inside, and he gains 4 yards, and we get a timeout here from Raider.
Uh, Not great either way. 4 yards is good,
Yeah,
but not ideal. Good stuff for Raider fan, but he would have preferred less yards.
I agree. I think here, though, you tried to. It's a field goal game, and I think you save one to try to ice it at the very least at this point, unless you can kind of get a big stop or a sack or anything. But I doubt that Slice is going to do anything but run the ball here and take his field goal as he comes out in a double tight formation, heavy set, hands it off to the tight end, who then gains a few yards, 3rd and 2.
Uh, those fullback dives, somehow he gains yards on that when he was
Yeah.
bottled up.
It's
I know many people hate them, but yeah,
yeah,
they don't run right in this game, so I see why they don't like them.
agreed. Big play here, 3rd and 2. Think you have to hand the ball off to force him to use that timeout, or at least try to take as much time as you can off the clock.
I don't see any reason why you wouldn't hand it off,
Yeah,
but you never
it's
know with this
Slice.
quarterback with his confidence, he might get that out route again.
Yep, he might look for something, so we'll see. Comes out in one of his favorite formations, trips to the boundary, tight end. Looks like he's doing an audible. And he might look to throw this ball potentially with 3 seconds, 2 seconds left on the play clock. Looks to throw, throws the whip route, gets the first down and more, but he runs out of bounds, giving Raider some time to save that timeout. Don't love that.
Big first down there. What does the timeout say? What do you have, like 15 seconds left at best? So
At
not really
best.
helping much.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Ray Fran's in a lot of trouble here unless he gets a field goal block. We've seen that before.
I actually wouldn't even hate just giving up a touchdown here. I mean, just letting your
I
guys
think
run.
I think that's what he was trying to do, but the
Yeah.
safeties just came up and got him. because he gave
Yeah,
up a huge hole there up the middle.
he did, and I think he might try to do the same. Just go blitz. Maybe a seam opens up and gives himself at least a minute 30 to try to score here. So we'll see what he does. Comes out on a heavy formation again, hands it off to the running back on the inside zone, and Slice scores.
Ooh,
Probably should have probably have gone down to try to take some more time, but again, his
he,
defense has done a really good job today. So
he had plenty of time where he could have just taken the
yeah,
dive, gone down. There was no reason to score that.
yep,
I don't like that. It gives a Raider fan a chance now,
yep. Too much
where he
life. A
had no
minute
hope.
40. Yep, I agree.
Ooh,
So questionable
okay.
decision, but we'll see. His defense, like I said, it's been playing really well. Um, so we'll
It
see.
has
But
been.
it just takes one
We
play.
we said it a few times. Slice's clock management
Yeah.
not the best. It comes into play again right there, and might come back to bite him. We'll see now.
Yeah, we'll see. Comes out on a pistol set, finds Bowers. Feels like that's the first time he's thrown to him all game.
Yeah, I think it's his first target even, which
Yeah.
is just shocking. That is his go-to guy. And great catch.
See here again, dive tackle takes him down, 3rd and 5. Don't hate the no huddle. Don't know if I love the dive call there with the no huddle.
Not the worst call here
Yeah.
with how few seconds come off, but just Slice was ready for it and gets him for a big loss actually.
Finds a guy in shallow, gets a first down, and gets out of bound. Big play there, almost at the 50-yard line with about a minute and 9 seconds left on the clock.
A good play there. I thought he was gonna actually throw it onto bars. It looked like he kind of got open on the. Well, I think it was a corner route there, but takes a safe call and gets the first down.
Oh man, Thornton. I think he was looking at Thornton the whole way there, and Thornton just kind of like faded inside on that corner route and didn't really get a release. But he gets a break here with a timeout for an injury from Miami.
A classic EA staple there. Give me a
Yeah,
timeout when you got nothing going. Here, just take a free time, extra time.
think we're getting man coverage. He had Bowers like right away, and he had a window where he could have thrown that, but he takes it to Thornton. Bowers had a window. He beat his
He
man.
absolutely did for quite a while there.
Yeah,
He's not really seeing the field on offense, and it is painfully obvious right now.
yeah.
He's just getting locked in on one guy or something each route.
Looks like we're gonna get man coverage here again as he shades his guys inside. He's looking. Probably got lucky that that was broken up. Just tough. Again, Slice will play that man coverage late in the game, and he'll shade his inside, and he'll press, and it gives his D line just enough time to shed some blocks and get there and
And
interrupt
it
his rhythm.
worked well. I think his only read there was Thornton on the
Yeah.
deep out route, and he just kind of shoved him all the way inside, so he never got a chance to break out.
Yep. So we'll see what he does here. 4th and 18. Be risky to go man, but it's worked for you. So he does it again. He shades his corners and everything inside. So it's going to be a man look again. He puts Thornton on that corner route, and he has circle. Oh, and he gets hit as he releases. He could have had the first down there, and that wraps it up here. Really, no timeouts left. Slice gets the ball back. We're just going to see him kneel it out.
I didn't like that play call. It's a very slow developing call for fourth
Yeah.
and 18. If you just had like a deep crosser or a deep corner or something, it would be much better. But fantastic game, great defense by both teams, and Slice just kind of came out on top with the defensive battle today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his man coverage really helped him out as much as he could. He just let his corners do some work and left his safeties over the top to take away anything vertical, and he tried to force Rader into some uncomfortable spots, and he successfully did so.
And Slice's
But
bad clock management with that touchdown does not come back to haunt him. He
yep,
he escapes with that victory on to the
he
next week.
escapes. He sees his Knicks win today, and then he gets a W to follow up into the next week. So, alrighty. Well, I appreciate you for joining me, Tug. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Fun matchup here. And you guys have a fantastic night.